I was 19 years old. I still felt afraid of the dark, but now I had to get married. My stepmother, Joyce, made me do it. My real mother died first. My father died 2 years later. After that, I became Joyce's servant. I was Daisy. I cleaned, cooked, and did what I was told. My dream was to be a map maker. When I turned 19, Joyce said, "You will marry Ben Vane." She said he was a shipbuilder and very rich. "He needs a quiet wife to take care of his big house," she said. "You will never be hungry." I didn't know his name until the day before. I saw his face, serious and strong, the night before the wedding. On our wedding night, I was very nervous. The room was big and dark. Ben came in and locked the door. He looked at me with cold eyes and said, "Take off your clothes." He did not yell, but his voice was firm. It was just a command. I sat on the bed. My heart was beating fast. I wanted to cry, but the tears wouldn't come. He sighed loudly and turned away. "I will sleep on the sofa," he said, "but tomorrow you must act like a wife." He lay down far from me and turned off the light. I did not sleep. I felt cold and empty. Ben was 31 and a successful businessman. My stepmother said he wanted a quiet girl who wouldn't ask questions. That's why she chose me. He didn't touch me for 3 weeks. He didn't talk to me either. He came home late, ate in silence, and slept on the sofa. I felt like a prisoner. I had to cook and clean, but I didn't feel like a wife. One evening, I was organizing his maps, old sea charts. I was nervous, and my hand slipped. A map fell to the stone floor. As I bent down, I hit my ankle hard. I bit my lip to stop myself from crying. Ben walked in. He saw the pain on my face. "What happened?" he asked. It was the first time he sounded like a real person. "I fell," I whispered. "The map is fine." He looked at my shaking hands. He saw the tears I was trying to hold back. "You're hurt," he said. He didn't get angry. Instead, he helped me sit on a stool. He gently wrapped a towel around my ankle. "Be careful, Daisy," he said softly. "I'll clean this up." I was surprised. This was the first time anyone had cared about me in years. The next morning, I found a book about drawing maps on my table. Next to it was a small box of hot chocolate mix. There was a note that said, "For the girl who looks at the horizon." I smiled. One night, there was a big storm. The lights went out. I lit a candle and made tea. Ben came home wet and tired. I gave him a dry cloth and a cup of tea. "You didn't have to," he said. "I wanted to," I replied. He looked at me for a long time. Then he spoke. "My first boss was cruel," he said. "He taught me to never show feelings. I thought marrying a quiet girl would be easier, but you don't deserve to be scared." After that night, things changed. He started eating breakfast with me. He asked me how my day was. He began buying me books about map making because I told him I loved to read. He never touched me without asking. He always knocked on my door. He still slept on the sofa. 2 months later, I told him the whole story about my stepmother and how I had felt like I lost my voice. He listened quietly. When I finished, he said, "Your voice was taken away. I will help you find it again." 3 months after we got married, he came into the room. He did not say, "Take off your clothes." He asked, "Can I sit with you?" I nodded. He looked nervous. "I'm starting to love you," he whispered, "but I will never touch you unless you love me too." I looked at him. I no longer saw a cold man. I saw a gentleman. I reached for his hand. "I'm ready," I said. It was my choice. 3 years have gone by since I married Ben. The big cold house is gone. We sold it and moved to a smaller, nicer house by the ocean. Now, when I wake up, I hear the sound of the sea. I'm 22 years old. I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. My dream of making maps has come true. I have my own room to draw in. It is full of sunlight. I have made 2 small books of maps of the coast. I draw the world the way I see it now, full of hope. Ben still builds ships, but he is also my husband. He is no longer cold or silent. He is the man who makes me tea every night. He works hard, but comes home to me. I am not a servant. I talk about my day, and he listens. He always knocks before entering a room. He always makes sure I know that I have a choice. Sometimes I cry, but these are not the sad, scared tears I had on my wedding night. Now the tears come because I feel so happy and loved. It happens when I look up from my maps and see him smiling at me. It happens when I wake up safe with his arm around me. I sent a letter to my stepmother, Joyce. I told her I was happy and that I was a map maker. I told her the life she planned for me has become my own life. My marriage began with fear, but now it is a true partnership. We are 2 people who were once lost, but now we have found each other and walk the same path together.